Okay, I stopped the video accidentally, continued. This is a continuing from my last video. I want a country to provide gainful employment that is not a sweatshop, that is not that is not a slightly better or watered down version of a sweatshop, that actually provides reasonable living wages. I want a country where you, or the guy up the road, any damn one, can start, for example, a wrestling company, and if he produces a reasonable product, that wrestling company can become successful, and he can make millions of dollars one day. Okay, where everything is not monopolized, and where small companies have a chance in hell of succeeding. Um, you know, a place where you can start a fucking restaurant, where you can start a fucking whatever, start a fucking what a liquor company, anything, and make money one day and actually be successful. A company that is not vastly overpopulated, a country that is not impoverished, that is not a fucking third world nation, a country where the rich cannot just do whatever they want, a country I can be proud of and you can be proud of. That's what I want. I don't give much of a fuck what gets us there. I don't care if you call it left or right, liberal, conservative. I don't care if you call it communist. I don't give a damn what it is. A country that I can actually be proud of, that I can look at and say we're doing things right, and a country that is not totally sick and depraved and fucked up. A country that is not what the fuck Rand Paul wants. What Rand Paul wants is for the rich to do whatever the fuck they want, and for basically psychopaths to run wild, and for a fucking third world country, okay, where they make millions of dollars and leave everyone else on the planet to starve. That's what the fuck Rand Paul wants. Just like that's what Ayn Rand wanted. And Ayn Rand was a militant, very militant, and she believed that the first world country should just be able to just go in and just destroy and steal from and subjugate and colonize lesser countries, and third world countries, and impoverished countries. That America, for example, should be able to do that, and to an extent, that's what America is doing. And of course, she was a Zionist, and she supported many of Israeli war crimes against the Palestinian people, so on and so forth. And these people are they're very anti-Christian almost, in a way that even I can't be. These people go against the basic core, the basic tenets of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, and all human civilization, of charity, of being polite, of not caring about the other guy, of modesty, being honest, this human decency. This bitch went against all of it. Okay, and you sit there and tell me that somehow Rand Paul would be a good president. If that's a good president, then fuck being a good president. And fuck, whatever. I want a giant middle class. I want a country where you can start out poor, become middle class, raised through the middle class, and then start a company and become rich. And you don't get taxed to shit until you become rich, because then you have the money to give. I want a sort of quasi-socialist free market society, which is kind of what we have now, but it can be a hell of a lot better. And I would call this classical liberalism. And they talk about the freedom to do what you want. And well, what the fuck is the freedom to do what you want if you don't have economic freedom? Okay, if you might have material freedom, you might have social issues. He might be for Reed, but if you don't have any damn money, or you don't have economic freedom or any money to buy the damn Reed with, then what the fuck good is it? So that's the way I look at it. It's basically classical liberalism. It's what this country is founded on, and it's what we should return to. Classical liberalism. Thomas Jefferson, founding fathers. Watch a George Carlin video, you'll get what I'm talking about. That kind of liberalism. Not MSNBC bullshit, contrived fake bullshit, but real liberalism, like George Carlin and Bill Hicks, and Bill Maher, Doug Stanhope, that philosophy. That's what we should try to get back to, and what we should be running our country based on. And really American ideals like the New Deal and populism and original socialism and, you know, moderate feminism, and really thoroughly American ideals, not something that was born out of Austrian set of economics that was set up in England to crush Russia and other countries, to set them up for English invasion, which is what the fuck libertarianism is. It is, you know, and there's a guy, Webster Tarpley, who has a good video, good videos where he's interviewed by Alex Jones, and in one of these videos, he talks about how it's an Austrian economy set up to conspire really against the Russian people, and it conspired against China, and it's conspiring now against America, just like communism was. And it's not an American ideology like you know, sort of populism and what I talk about. This is a fucking Austrian ideology, and it's really foreign to the concept of America, and it's bullshit. And libertarian, it's a mousetrap. For the disadvantage, you will use communism. You use communism for the disadvantage through offering them better living conditions, and through playing on a little bit on jealousy and the desire to see the rich fail. And with libertarianism, they use the rat trap of deviance, of wanting to, of certain social taboos, wanting to legalize things, wanting to have more freedom, but they don't intend on giving you that freedom. They intend on bankrupting you and crushing you and turning you into a fucking police state where they get that freedom, but you're too poor to do anything. The ideal of material freedom, of the right to smoke marijuana, is of little use and an insult to a person who is too concerned with working and is not guaranteed gainful labor, or not entitled, you know, not entitled work, and not entitled reasonable wages if he does that work, and if he loses his job, is bound to starvation. Okay, in such a society as that, none of this bullshit material things that Raund talks about, none of these civil liberties, none of these rights, none of the Constitution, it doesn't matter if you don't have money to spend on those things, and you are as good as a slave in such a society. So fuck Rand Paul, that's what I'm getting at. P666.